What is going on, everybody?
It is your boy,
back at it with another video, and today we're doing yet another toxic tier list ranking. And today we are doing a tier list ranking of all the what was the date yesterday? January. Let me just check on my iPad real quick. January 26th. January 25th. Saturday night's main event matches, and ranking them for matches and segments, and I will be ranking them from the worst to the best in my personal opinion. But before we get into the beginning of the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, also made available to YouTube algorithm, recommend it to more people, and maybe they could join the cast. And do feel free to comment your thoughts on the 25th of 2025 Saturday night's main event down below. But that being said, guys, let's get right into and yes, as I said before, it's matches and segments. So I'm counting the Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Shawn Michaels, excuse me, I had a burp before we start. And I had a burp again. Whoops. Alright. So, the first match we had on the show was Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley, which I went in very hesitant because they basically just threw this match together randomly and felt very abrupt. And also, on top of that, Rhea and Nia's past matches haven't been great. Don't get me wrong, they haven't been awful, but I just find them very I found the Elimination Chamber match they had was okay, so I wasn't too excited for this. But actually, you know what? I think it was surprisingly a lot better than their Elimination Chamber match. I'm going to put it in toxic goodness. Nia Jax continues to add newer moves to her arsenal, which I think definitely helps elevate the match quite a bit. We saw this at Bad Blood against Bayley. She added a Bayley to Belly and a Hurricane Rana. Wait, which match did she add a Hurricane Rana in? I forgot. But she added some new moves to her moveset in this match, so that was cool to see. And Rhea looked quite strong at the end of this match, so I'm glad they kept on booking the women's world champion right. So yes, toxic goodness, which is very surprising to say. Next up, we got Sheamus versus Braun Breaker for the IC title, and I'm going to put this in the great tier. It doesn't quite reach, for me personally, the triple threat match that them two and Ludwig Kaiser had at SummerSlam, but it was still a great match. Sheamus has consistently put on banger after banger after banger every single match he has. So, and why it doesn't go into best of the best is just, don't get me wrong, every match usually in the, Raw mid-card is really good or great. However, they always do the same matches over and over and over again. 1 week they'll do Sheamus versus Butch. Sorry, Pete Dunne. I don't know why I called him Butch. That needs to go away. Sheamus versus Pete Dunne the first week, then you have Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser, then you have Ludwig Kaiser versus Braun Breaker, and then Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. They do the same matches over and over again for Raw's mid-card, and I feel they should change it up a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. So, it gets a little repetitive, but still a great match here nonetheless. Braun Breaker retained, which, yeah, I was expecting. I don't think he's going to drop the title before Mania. I think he's going to drop the title at Mania to maybe Sheamus. Now, since Braun Breaker pinned Sheamus twice, I'm leaning towards Ilya Dragunov possibly being the one to dethrone Braun Breaker. That's my guess, at least. So, for the IC title. So, I wouldn't be mad at that, to be honest. So, yeah. Next up, we got the contract signing between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes with Shawn Michaels as the contract organizer, if that's the right term. I don't know. But this was the only segment on the show. And I think this was best of the best. Don't get me wrong. I've been really, really tired of the feud between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Not as much as, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus the Judgment Day. I don't think it's as tiresome as that. But I think this definitely helped me get really excited for the ladder match that Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens are going to have. Also, you had later on in the promo, too, where Kevin attacks Cody. Then he tried attacking Shawn before Cody saved Kevin, and Shawn hit a Sweet Chin Music, which he still got it, man. He still does great with that Sweet Chin Music. So, yeah, that was cool to see. And Shawn Michaels got a pretty decent reaction, too, from his hometown crowd, so you love to see that. So, for me, personally, I thought it was a great segment. I'm definitely more excited for the KO Cody ladder match now, even though the feud's kind of gone on for a little bit too long. Next up, we got Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. And, great. I'll put it at the top of the greats here. This was my most anticipated match of the whole entire night. Yes, even over Jey Uso versus Gunther. Because you could put Jacob Fatu against anyone, and I will be very intrigued. And I'm pretty sure all of us will. And the monstrous showdown we've had over the last couple of weeks between these two, I was super hyped for. And this match was really, really good. The only complaints that it doesn't go in best of the best for is just because it ended by a DQ, but it does set up an eventual rematch between the two, so it kind of works out. Where Jacob threw out the referee when the referee was trying to stop him from attacking Braun over and over again with those running hip attacks. So, and then he kept on attacking Braun too, and he got some massive chants too, where the crowd chanted "Fatu." At the end of after him attacking Braun Strowman so many times. So that was pretty cool to see. And Jacob Fatu is over. My goodness. So, yeah, great way. When they have an eventual rematch where it ends cleanly, I'll probably put it best of the best. But just because it was a little DQ finish, don't get me wrong, it does protect Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman still. It's just, it still kind of felt like a little, But it's still a great match. And then next up, we got Jey Uso versus Gunther. And I know you can't see their face. I apologize. I'm putting this as best of the best, too. I think out of Jey's and Gunther's trilogy, this might be my favorite match of the three they've had. Probably the IC title match they had before WrestleMania would probably be my least favorite. Just because how Gunther won by a roll-up and it was due to shenanigans. That was still a good match, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think I thoroughly enjoyed this more than the World Heavyweight Championship match. King of the Ring tournament match, because no referee got no knockdown, so no shenanigans in here. So it was a very clean Haas fight. And, yeah, there was no doubt Gunther was winning, but Jey, there was a falsie in there when he hit that Uso splash. I thought he won for a second. So they did a great job at making you think, oh my goodness, is actually Jey going to win? So they did good with that. So, best of the best. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is just my thoughts on Saturday night's main event, January 25th, 2025's matches. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on the matches and segments down below. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace.